Evil is as simple, seemingly harmless, conventional and commonplace as an outward pursuit. All right, we are back with another reflection on the daily Vedantic, and this is going to be a fun one because this reflection is on the root of evil. It's not as philosophical as it is etymological, but it will certainly have its philosophical undertones to it. The etymology, the root of the word evil. We have so many visualizations of good versus evil, certainly through the Renaissance, going back to Milton's Paradise Lost. But really in the last 1,000 years, we've created these visuals that have these crazy battles between good and evil, light and darkness. A huge ass God with a big beard, massive forearms, and all of these red little demons ruled by a big one named Satan. You know, the Bible actually never refers to the devil as the ruler of hell. He's just a fallen angel. Nowhere does it state he is the ruler. But that's what the last 1,000 years and these visuals have conjured up. Two armies fighting. It gets you thinking, all right, evil, that is, I guess it's like a force. And it exists invisibly because I don't see the demons around, so it must be invisible. And then you start to think, what is evil? What is the root of it? How can you sense it? If you can't see it, how can you sense it? How could you excavate it from oneself so that we aren't governed by evil? But the root of the word is excess. The Proto-Indo-European root of the word evil, upel, is excess. The etymology of this word that we think in our modern dramatization, visualizations as sick, sadistic, perverse, murderous, demonic force. A force that tempts us towards darkness, that we visualize as something otherworldly, unnatural. It actually is so damn common, so commonplace that it has nothing to do with some army of demonic angels with pitchforks. It is as simple as, how much sugar do you add to your coffee? How much TV are you watching to escape? How many different people are you going on dates with? How many different ideas do you entertain? How many different ambitions you might have for your future? Simply excess. Alan Watts used to say this great phrase. I love this quote of, enough is as good as a feast. You can't eat 12 steaks at one time. You can't drive 10 cars at one time. You can't live in 6 houses. Enough is as good as a feast. And yet we are all so driven by the gospel of more. We worship it. Even when we think or we say, we try to live a godly life or you have a spiritual practice, so much of the time, it's on such a gross, low level that it's essentially just a genie in a bottle to help you get more. You take infinitude, the infinite Godhead, and you say, how can you help me get this promotion? How can you help us win the contract on that house? How can you help me get a spouse? How can you help me get more? And if this doesn't help me get more, then it has no use in my life. To worship evil is to worship more. To actively be blind to enough and to constantly want more. The visuals, the symbols, the images we have of evil, they're so ubiquitous in our culture, in the conventional religious paths, that it can take a long time to unwind these extremely dramatic images and symbols. But recognizing the root of what evil really is, selfish desire for excess, and a blind ignorance to enough. This selfish extroversion in the world for more, instead of a quiet, still introversion. Reflection, self-awareness. That direction outward or a direction inward. Evil is as simple, seemingly harmless, conventional and commonplace as an outward pursuit. Instead of an inward awareness of that enoughness that we all already have. That is today's reflection on the Daily Vedantic. We'll see you next time.